So let's start for transportation engineering as you have interview in MPPSC assistant engineer post. So first of all, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Aman Jaiswal. I'm from Satna, Madhya Pradesh, where I had done my schooling. I had done my BTech in civil engineering from Engineering College, Nagaon, Chhatarpur. And currently, I'm pursuing my master's in infrastructure engineering and management from IIT Guwahati. My BTech project was the comparison of recycled concrete aggregate with the natural aggregate. And currently, I'm working on BIM, building information modeling, uh, as my MTech project.
What was your BTech project, Aman? Can you tell me again?
Uh, Sir, it's a comparison of recycled aggregate with natural aggregate.
Okay, recycled aggregate with the natural aggregate, right?
Yes, sir. The strength and different
Okay. So
properties.
what test you did on the recycled aggregate?
Sorry, sir.
Did you perform any test on the recycled
Sir, I
aggregate
did.
after the?
Yes, sir. I did water absorption test and impact value, pressing value test, and and then I prepared a concrete cube and then again testing with the some concrete test as well.
Okay. And what was the water absorption of the recycled aggregate as compared with the natural aggregate? Is there any deviation?
Yeah, sir, there is a huge deviation. I actually, sir, I used two type of recycled aggregate.
Hmm.
So one is 1 year old demolished aggregate, and second one is sir मैंने recently उसे अपने हथौड़े से हैमर से क्रैक करके उसे डिमोलिश किया था, देन उसको यूज किया था. सर जो रिसेंट वाला था उसमें वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर था, कुछ डेविएशन था, पर जो 1 year एगो का था उसमें सर डेविएशन था.
No,
आई एम नॉट
from
एग्जैक्टली
where
रिकॉल.
you took the aggregate? You are just saying you just made it by your
No, no, sir.
own. Hmm.
No, not own. Sir, there is a PNC company in Chhatarpur.
Hmm.
So एक हाईवे कंस्ट्रक्ट हो रहा था वहाँ पे, झांसी टू छतरपुर हाईवे
Hmm.
इन एमपी.
Hmm.
तो सर मैंने वहाँ पे भी इंटर्नशिप किया है, तो वहाँ से मैंने डाटा वो सैंपल लिए थे.
Sample लिए थे. Okay. So what was the size of that aggregate that you took?
सर सर क्रशिंग नेचुरल एग्रीगेट तो वही 20 mm के ही यूज किए थे मैंने.
Hmm.
पर जो क्रशिंग वाले थे तो उसमें सर डेविएशन था, पर मैंने अप्रॉक्सीमेट 16 to 20 mm के साइज के यूज किए.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the purpose of conducting this impact test on the aggregate?
Sir, to check the toughness of the aggregate.
And why we want to check the toughness of the aggregate?
So that we can measure the energy absorption of that aggregate, that how much energy will absorb by the aggregate.
Okay. What is the difference between this impact test and crushing value test?
Impact test and crushing value test. Sir, in crushing value test,
Both are same or they are different? What do you think?
no, sir. Both are different. Actually, sir, in impact value test, we drop a hammer from a certain height, but in crushing value test, we just touch the aggregate. Uh, Hammer is touched with the aggregate, then we applied the load. So, sir, there is a difference between the sudden and impact loading. Sir, उसमें हम
No, you
impact
mean
value
to in crushing value test you have the sudden loading, right?
in impact. Yeah, sir. In
And
crushing value,
in this impact test you have the impact loading, right?
yes.
So what is the difference between the sudden load and impact load?
Uh, can I take, sir?
Yeah, sure.
1 minute. Mm, sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall. Sir, actually, in impact load, uh, not a gradual stress is coming on that. Thus, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm not able to recall that.
Okay. Can you tell me what is this CBR?
There's a California bearing ratio. It's used for the checking the characteristics of the aggregate with the standard aggregate, the soil, I can say, that we
Okay.
used in the,
CBR test is for
uh,
the soil or aggregate? What do you think?
sir, we can use for aggregate.
Aggregate, not for the soil.
Sir, we can also use for the soil, but I'm not sure whether we can use with the soil or not. Because we have to compare with the standard aggregate. So, yes, sir, I think it's for aggregate only, but I'm not sure, sir. Sorry.
Okay, which one code is confirming this CBR test?
Sorry, sir. I don't know.
You didn't go through the code. Suppose if you are going to the any test, you are not going into the codes. What codes are saying, or which one code is for the testing?
Related to my project,
No, no. Suppose if we are going this CBR and we just want to check the CBR value of the material, might be aggregate, might be soil. So,
okay, sir.
what do you think? You never go through the codes. What code is
Sir,
saying?
we can go. I don't know, sir, but IRC 37 and yes, sir. I think IRC 37 and IRC 58 can be used for, and there will be some specification.
Okay. IRC 37 is for what?
It's for design of flexible payments.
Okay. Design of flexible payment. And this IRC 58
That's for rigid payment.
for rigid payment. How load is being transferred in case of flexible payment?
The load is transferred through grain to grain transfer, sir.
Grain to grain. And in case of
Yes, sir.
rigid payment?
So it's through layer to layer transfer of the loads.
Okay. So what you prepared in transportation engineering, Aman?
Right? Go through highway engineering, traffic engineering, and
Okay. So
it's
how will
actually
you
I'm
define
preparing.
the grade compensation, right?
Yes, sir. Grade compensation एक you can say एक method है जिसमें जब कर्व कर्व या फिर ग्रेडियंट भी होता है और सर कर्व भी होता है, वहाँ पे हमें एक्स्ट्रा ट्रैक्टिव एफर्ट की जरूरत होती है जो कि मे बी व्हीकल्स में अवेलेबल है या नहीं, तो हम कुछ ग्रेड को कंपनसेट कर देते हैं, जो ग्रेडियंट प्रोवाइड करना होता है उसमें कुछ रिडक्शन कर देते हैं if there is a horizontal curve.
Okay. So we need extra tractive forces, right? As per your statement.
Yes sir, if ग्रेड कंपनसेशन नहीं किया है फिर एक्स्ट्रा ट्रैक्टिव एफर्ट लगेगा, मे बी इफ नॉट देयर देन द व्हीकल विल नॉट एबल टू लिव देयर सर.
उसका रीजन क्या होता है, अमन?
फॉर व्हाट सर?
What is the reason why we are just reducing the grade? Why we are compensating the grade?
द रीजन है कि जो जब हॉरिजॉन्टल कर्व पे व्हीकल मुड़ता है तो जो ट्रैक्टिव फोर्स एट द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मूवमेंट लगता है तो वो कर्व में रिड्यूस हो जाता है, टी कॉस थीटा हो जाता है, तो उसके कारण हम थोड़ा सा अपना जो वर्टिकल ग्रेडियंट है उसको रिड्यूस कर देते हैं ताकि उसको काउंटर कर सके व्हीकल.
और ये जो रिडक्शन हुआ इसे हम क्या बोलते हैं?
इसको ग्रेड कंपनसेशन वेट सर, आफ्टर रिडक्शन the gradient is called compensated gradient.
No, you said that's na. This is supposed to is the traction, and what we are doing, we are just subtracting this one because only this t cos theta we are using.
Okay.
So what is this loss? This t minus t cos theta. This is kind of the loss that we have.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting what I'm trying
Yes,
to ask?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am not able to recall, sir, actually, but there is
Okay, can you
some
tell
ground
me? Okay, no
defining
issue.
that.
What is the similarity between camber and super elevation?
Sir, in both, we lift the payment. In camber, we lift the payment by the center line, and in super elevation, we lift the payment by inner edge or outer edge. And
So
the
this is a
both are
similarity.
provided for.
We are
Yes, sir.
lifting the payment. This is a similarity, right?
Sir, we can also say that the similarity, such as the drainage similarity, that we also provide the superelevation camber for the drainage purposes. Not exactly superelevation is provided for drainage purposes, but it also like said that characteristics as well.
What is the minimum value of super elevation?
Sir, minimum value of super elevation is 4% for plain ground.
Aman, this is the maximum value or minimum value that you are saying?
Sorry. Sir, it's a camber. Sorry, sir. Sorry about that. Sir, minimum value of super elevation is camber.
Okay. And how much camber you will provide on the road surface? On what basis you will decide this?
Sir, on the basis of the characteristics of rainfall, and the payment characteristics. Sir,
Okay.
if
Payment characteristics means?
such as, sir, if that road is of high quality, there is a provided that the quality is high, and based on the material used over there. Sorry. Sir, not exactly payment characteristic, but the type of road, such as bituminous type road or concrete pavement or urban road or rural road, based on this. Sir.
My last question to you, Aman.
Yes, sir.
You must heard about this tie bar and the double bar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you tell me which one bar, tie or double? We are just designing it as a load transfer device.
So we designed dowel bar. We designed for load transferring mechanism.
And what type of bar is it? Deformed bar or plain bar?
Sir, it's a plain bar.
Sure.
I'm not sure, sir, because at one side we have to fix that, like we need some uh, bonding strength, but at the other side we don't need any bonding strength. It's a free. Sir, I think it's a deformed bar, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let me tell you, this is a plain bar basically.
Okay.
So you were right. Now the question is that if this is a plain bar, then how will you maintain the bond between the steel and the concrete? The surface is plain. What to do?
Sir, we can like, sir, हम hook दे सकते हैं उसमें.
We are not
Like
providing
hook.
any type of hook. Have you
Okay,
ever
sir.
seen in the rigid payment in your life?
No,
Have you
sir.
ever seen this?
No,
No,
sir.
na?
No, sir.
Even we
But
are not
sir,
providing.
according
Which
to me,
one?
we can provide a like this kind of shape, the spiral, what is it, snaky type shape. So that will provide some resistance.
Where it
According
is
to me,
written?
sir.
Where it is written?
Sorry, sir, I don't know
Is there any
actually, but
code?
no, sir.
You are civil engineer, man. If we are going to design a section, then definitely we have to follow the code.
Yes.
Okay, so don't say the things which were
Okay.
very new to you, or even you are not sure.
Okay, sir.
Don't say never. Okay,
Okay.
this is better to say, okay, sorry, sir. Right now, I'm not able to recall.
Okay.
Now,
Sorry.
suppose, Aman, if you're a designer
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know, then how to design the section, and you're just taking the guess. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Okay, so
Yes,
that
sir.
will be not good for us, na?
Yes.
Okay, so let me give you feedback. So what we are doing, Aman, in case of the double steel bar, this half portion, generally whatever the length, it is mostly we are providing the 60 centimeter. So almost this
Yes.
half meter. So this 30 centimeter is making the bond, and remaining 30 centimeter is not making the bond, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
suppose this side is making the bond, let it be this one side.
Mm-hmm.
So what we are doing here, we are just providing the epoxy chemical coating on the surface. Have you ever heard about this
Yes.
one? Epoxy
Yes, sir.
chemical.
Yes, yes.
Okay, this is a chemical that we are using in the already casted member to make the good bond between the steel also. If somewhat how we forget to provide the steel, so we are just making the hole in the section. We are providing the epoxy chemical. After that, we are inserting the steel. We are doing in India also. This
Okay, sir.
epoxy chemical, right?
Mhm.
सो कैम्बर एंड सुपर एलिवेशन अमन मैंने आपसे पूछा था सिमिलरिटी बताओ तो आप सबसे पहले ये आंसर करो कि सर इन कैम्बर एंड सुपर एलिवेशन बोथ आर द क्रॉस रोप
Yes, sir.
ओके कैम्बर हमारा स्ट्रेट रोड पे प्रोवाइड किया जाता है और सुपर एलिवेशन कर्व पे होता है राइट अगर हम ये बोलेंगे कि रोड को हम उठा रहे हैं तो आपका ग्रेडियंट जब हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं देन रोड इज आल्सो लिफ्टिंग बस फर्क इतना है कि वो
Yes.
अलॉन्ग द लेंथ उठता है वो तो दैट विल नॉट बी द आंसर
Okay, okay.
okay and whatever being asked from you listen carefully. Okay, that matter your selection. Suppose what I ask you, the minimum value of super elevation, and let me tell you, the 90% students are giving the wrong answer. They are saying 4%. They are not thinking about that one, and only 10% are there. Those who are not making mistake, and they are getting the selections
Okay,
because
sir.
it will reflect your the presence of brain how you are paying attention towards the interviewer. I'm asking the minimum, and you are telling the maximum, right?
Yes,
Although
sir.
you know very well what is the minimum super elevation value also,
Yes, sir.
right? And grade compensation, see that is okay. Grade compensation whenever there is a kind of the vertical curve. मान लो कुछ ऐसे जैसे सॉरी ये मान लो कोई ऐसे ऐसे पहाड़ है फॉर एग्जांपल
Mhm.
आर यू कंफर्टेबल विद द हिंदी आल्सो ना
Yeah, yes.
तो ये मान लो कोई पहाड़ टाइप की सिचुएशन है तो ऐसे हम पहाड़ में ऊपर भी उठ रहे हैं और गोल गोल भी घूम रहे हैं
Yes, sir.
ओके सो नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग देयर इज अ ग्रेडियंट प्लस हॉरिजॉन्टल कर्व
Horizontal.
both are there both things are there now what to do whenever this vehicle is going into the circular path the centrifugal force is there.
Yes,
So
sir.
it will try to push the vehicle away from the center. ये मान लो अगर कोई मान लो चौराहा टाइप में रोटरी है एंड यू आर
Yes, yes,
सिटिंग
sir.
इन द व्हीकल और जिस स्पीड के साथ आप स्ट्रेट रोड पे ट्रेवल किए हो सेम स्पीड के साथ अगर आप इस कर्व को ट्रेवर्स करोगे तो आपको लगेगा कि आप बाहर की तरफ फिक रहे हो बेसिकली दैट इज
Yes,
ओनली एंड
sir.
ओनली ड्यू टू द सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स दैट इज काइंड ऑफ द आउटवर्ड फोर्स और जो अंदर
Okay.
की तरफ लगता है दैट इज सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स
Yes.
राइट सो नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग सेकंड सो जो भी गाड़ी के टायर यहाँ पे अगर ये रियर ड्रॉन व्हीकल्स हैं दिस इज नॉट प्रॉब्लम विद द फॉरवर्ड ड्रॉन व्हीकल दिस इज अ रियर
Mhm.
ड्रॉन व्हीकल तो पीछे वाले जो पहिए होते हैं रियर व्हील्स आर प्रोवाइडिंग द पावर दे आर गिविंग द पावर दैट इज काइंड ऑफ ट्रैक्शन now front wheel
Mhm.
are getting that power so t minus t cos alpha is kind of the loss this is the curve resistance
Okay, sir.
okay that I basically want to know from you. Okay, you came on that one, but you just missed the term. That is not a big problem. Just have a look on the CBR test code IS this 2720. Just have a look on the part
Okay, okay.
IS 2720. सॉइल में
Okay, sir.
मोस्टली जितने भी टेस्ट होते हैं यही कोड है सॉइल के अंदर. ठीक है आप कोड जरूर देखें. तो अमन ये जो सीबीआर टेस्ट होता है ये सॉइल और एग्रीगेट दोनों के ऊपर परफॉर्म किया जाता है.
Yes,
दिस इज
sir.
सेपरेट थिंग. वी आर comparing the this material strength with the aggregate that is crust aggregate value strength
Okay. Okay,
right
sir.
जो हमें स्टैंडर्ड
I
लोड की
got
वैल्यू
it.
गिवन है वो क्रस्ट लोड के बिहाफ के ऊपर है क्रस्ट टोन के बिहाफ के ऊपर तो हम
Okay.
कंपेयर कर रहे हैं अपने मटेरियल को क्रस्ट टोन के साथ. And what I ask you the crushing value test and impact test simply first of all you say sir in the crushing value test there is a plunger and we are applying the load gradually. This is the biggest difference. क्रशिंग टेस्ट में जो हम लोड अप्लाई कर रहे हैं वो ग्रेजुअली कर रहे हैं और इम्पैक्ट लोड में हम लोड एक हाइट से गिरा रहे हैं सडनली इम्पैक्ट.
Okay.
सो अगर मैं यहाँ पे ग्रेजुअली लोड ना लगा के यहाँ पे भी मैं सडनली लोड लगाऊंगा तो ये इम्पैक्ट टेस्ट में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. और यहाँ पे
Okay,
हमें
okay.
कहाँ तक जाना
I
होता है
get
मोस्टली
it.
वी हैव टू गो विद द 40 टन 4 टन पर मिनट के रेट से हम यहाँ पे लोडिंग लगाते हैं. और यहाँ पे क्या
Okay.
होता है हमारे पास यहाँ पे 13.5 13.5 से 14 केजी का हैमर होता है जो 38
Mhm.
सेंटीमीटर हाइट और फॉल से गिरता है और 15 बार गिराना होता है 15 टाइम्स.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we have a
Oh.
C, we are just passing the percentage of material passing through that 2.36 mm ISC, right?
Yes, sir.
And just have a look on your project because I just want to ask when you have the snap with me in RCC, I will ask the things from the recycled aggregate. So many things you have to prepare in your project also.
Okay.
And
So,
IRC 3758, that is okay. Little you have to brush up. You know the things, but you have to streamline in your answer part.
Okay,
Right?
sir.
That is not a big problem. You will
Okay,
overcome
okay.
that one. No issue with that. Anything else you want to ask, Aman?
सर अगर मैं चाहूँ तो
Hmm.
जैसे मैंने पहले बीटेक प्रोजेक्ट बताया, पर मैं चाहता हूँ कि जो पैनल होगा वो मुझसे एमटेक प्रोजेक्ट का ज़्यादा पूछे रिलेटेड। हालांकि मैंने उससे भी किया है, पर मैं टेक्नोलॉजी, जैसे मेरा एमटेक प्रोजेक्ट काइंड ऑफ न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी पे बेसिस है, तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि उधर पे जाके
अभी देखो
मुझे
अमन,
उसका।
आपका मास्टर्स कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है ना?
यस सर।
हाँ, अभी वो आपसे ये भी पूछेंगे, अगर मान लो आपको ज्वाइन करना होगा, सो कैन यू लीव योर मास्टर्स?
सर हो जाएगा, कंप्लीट हो जाएगा।
कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तब तक?
यस सर।
ठीक है, ओके, देन डन, ओके। हाँ, देन यू कैन गो विद द, आप मास्टर वाला अपना प्रोजेक्ट पहले बताओ, बीटेक वाला इफ दे आर आस्किंग देन गो विद दैट वन, अदरवाइज दे हैव द डाटा।
यस सर,
ओके।
बिकॉज अगर मैं बीटेक का बता दूँ सर, वो फिर कहीं ना कहीं मैं उसको छोड़ चुका हूँ, तो वो मेरे को भूल चुका है, कुछ ना कुछ तो भूल ही चुका है। पर जो एमटेक कर रहा हूँ, मैं करंटली कर रहा हूँ, तो उसमें ज़्यादा मुझे वो, इसलिए सर।
So don't worry. Mostly what is happening, Aman. So suppose if you are master aspirants, you did the masters and recently you
Yes.
passed out. So most of cases when probability is more, they will ask your master projects, what you did in your
Okay.
thesis work.
Okay.
That matters. And if your BTech project is very strong, something
Mhm.
new, then definitely they will ask few questions from your BTech project also.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So all the best. Keep preparing. Keep learning.
Okay. Thank you, sir.